Check, check, check. Sound, sound, sound. Oh, here.
Pepper Coyote is a furry musician with over 17,000 followers on Twitter. He's infamously known for writing songs about horses, werewolves, and speaking his mind don't lie. Shame on you, Pepper. But at the same time, he's given us masterpieces like Suit Up, Long Time, and sentimental songs like I Hate It When You Talk Like That. He's been guest of honor in conventions like Anthro Ohio, Furry, Rainforest. Yeah, he's kinda old right now. Tails and Tornadoes, and Brazil FurFest. Today, he's living his married with children life in Phoenix, Arizona, fighting his bull Roomba and trying to re-establish the Red Army. Ladies and gentlemen, Pepper Coyote! Yeah.
My neighbor's asking me why I am limping down the way.
Is that all they have asked you?
Hi everyone, this is Zyly the Boss, and welcome to a brand new video. I'm here today with...
I'm Pepper Coyote, or Pimiento Coyote, Pepper Coyote.
Oh my god, you don't have to translate it.
Well, now the most fun about traveling, at least far from me, is doing language things. I only speak English fluently. I do a tiny bit of Spanish and even less Portuguese. But I love how you say coyote, or you say it with a Spanish accent, coyote, or you say it with a Portuguese, coyote.
Oh, no.
All the same. Does Argentinian Spanish have a different word for coyote?
Coyote.
Coyote.
Yes, like the one from show. Coyote.
Coyote.
Yes, like we don't have like a ya sound.
Oh, your Y becomes a G.
Yeah, like double L's also. For example, the word for street, calle, is like that.
Calle, not calle.
No calle, it's calle. If you wanna ask someone kindly to just shut their mouth, you just would say, cállate la boca. You want to say it, if you want to say it in a more violent way, you can say pelo. Yeah.
Pero.
Pará, no, de verdad te lo digo. Tipo.
But with less American, please.
That's a little American.
No. Oh boy, they're getting so smug in here with it.
Cierra la boca.
No, there is a more violent one. Cerra.
One more time.
Cerra.
Cerra.
El oro.
El oro. Oh, cerra el oro.
Yes, and that is literally shut your I mean, Argentina, dude.
I'm here with Alkali Bismuth. If you guys don't know Alkali, he's a big, tall, very loud comedian who yells with a top hat. And one of the only things he knows how to say in Portuguese is no arresto and fíjate.
Oh boy.
Which is, you may have to censor this. I don't know if this is a G-rated show or not.
Well, my objective is getting paid after this, so...
I think it'd be funnier if you put the beep in. I've realized I swear more the more like Americans I'm around.
Oh,
it makes sense.
Oh.
I tune it down a bit because I don't want to be accidentally offensive. Mostly because I know that some of the if someone does not know a lot of English, they will almost certainly know the curse words. So then they will just hear me going ba 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 ba.
Oh, okay. Well, right?
Wow, Pepper curses so much.
It shouldn't be a surprise if anyone sees any of your shows, right? Thing that the most family-friendly thing you do is you just go to stage drunk.
I don't go to stage drunk. I begin drinking on stage. That is my Pepper's tip of the day. If you're a performer and you want to drink, begin drinking, act set.
Oh.
Because I've learned this from experience. There's been a few times where I start drinking beforehand. Actually, my very first Brazil FurFest, which is where we are right now. Our very first Brazil FurFest, I was removed from, I was gently guided out of the room in a wheelchair because I had been drinking all day and then began the show and then was given many, many drinks. I honestly, I was up there with the mic and I just kept leaning and people kept tipping me back up. By the end, I'm hanging on someone with the microphone still. And I still sang the songs correctly and played, it was pretty good. I don't remember the last 3 or 4 songs.
Oh.
I woke up the next day in my bed.
You blacked out?
I fully blacked out on that. Does not, this is a strange story. This is why I say my tip of the day. Do not begin drinking until your set starts.
Oh my god. Oh dude. Well, that's a very sound advice, you know?
Most of my drunkenness is exaggerated for the act. I am not actually stumbling, falling over drunk.
Okay.
Almost ever. That's why that story stands out, because it has happened once.
You had to come to South America to have that, right?
It was Of course, the most famous drink in Brazil, the caipirinha. That is the only drink where they say, oh, be careful, it sneaks up on you, as in you won't be able to taste how much alcohol there is, and then you get too drunk. That's never happened to me before. I've been given margaritas and freaking vodka cranberries, blah, blah, blah. I always can tell exactly how drunk I am at the time. Caipirinha, it actually snuck up on me. I thought I was fine, and then I was unconscious.
Last night, Alkali bought me a caipirinha, and I was already halfway tipsy, and I didn't notice how strong it was, because not only is it like super soft at the beginning, but it's sweet also.
If you watch them make it, they just take a big scoop of sugar, like heaping. And for a drink that's about as big as the scoop of sugar, the bottom will just have undissolved sugar. You're kind of drinking and chewing on sugar. And that sounds probably gross to a lot of people, but something about you get the cachaça and the limão verde, the limão.
The thing is that when I learned to like pronounce some words in Portuguese, they said that the one that has like a little dash on top of the H, you have to like moan the word.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the nasals. We don't have. There are nasals in English, in American English. We just don't like acknowledge them.
You do. For example, the word resign.
Resign.
Yeah, it's nasal.
I could see that.
It's actually a velar nasal because I studied phonetics. So
the tiniest bit of phonetics that I have in my, I guess, educational background is I went to school I have a bachelor's in music education, so I took 3 different diction classes in Italian, German, and French in that order because they're supposed to be getting harder. They say that Italian diction is the easiest, whatever that means, just because the vowels are consistent. A, E, I, O, U. They have like the G, L, I, O, like you got like Leo. But I would say like Don Giovanni. It's like, no, it's Giovanni.
Oh, okay. Pepper, I have some questions for you regarding your latest album. I don't know if you want to start with that.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, gotta tell you that I attended your panel, and I was kind of tearing up when you sang I Hate It When You Talk Like That.
I have put, so I'm mostly known for my goofy music about horses and other things. It's been a while since I got to write a song that is just something in my heart that I want to put out into the world. And I Hate It When You Talk Like That, now available on Spotify, streaming now. It's about, like, in general, people are kind of nasty to each other, like both on the internet and sometimes in real life. And I think we look more for enemies amongst ourselves rather than allies amongst each other. Like, truly, there are enemies in this world, but like, for the most part, unless the person watching this, unless you own a bank or something, we're probably all down here in the same class, and then we cannot really affect positive change upon the world until we come together to force that change to happen. And instead, we tend to be snipping and picking at each other to the point where, I don't want to make this video too heavy, but people have been themselves.
Yeah.
Like, people get so upset at each other that they decide it is not worth living anymore, and that needs to stop.
Yeah.
I hate it when you talk like that.
Totally. I mean, I don't know if it happened to you, but like friends from the past, I've been in the Furry fandom since 2009, and I had so many people fall out with me, and like it was reciprocal because I stopped talking to them. But it is now that I see that my actions could have been really bad on their lives, and that's basically what your song is all about, right?
Yeah. It's even if you're going to, if you have a falling out, disagreements, etc., freaking just and go. It's this constant sting of people keep enemies lists at this point. Like, literally, I know of people who are like, yes, they're on that bad people list. I'm like, what are we doing, everybody?
Yeah, and if you put it into perspective, you will also see people like actually judging before they know you, which is like,
that's the whole point. Is you're on the list. It's like, do you know?
Yeah,
have
like
you met them?
well, it happened with Uncle K, for example. Like he had a picture like from 10 years ago, and if you recently know what happened in Anthrocon, well, with this bald head thingy.
And of course, Uncle Kage goes to hundreds of conventions and takes pictures with thousands of people.
Yeah, you cannot judge a person for having a picture with someone who's a mo, you know?
It's like, there's certainly, every human being can be criticized, but every human being is a human being.
Yeah, I mean,
this weird thing of Uncle Kage is supposed to be this perfect angel, or he must be cast into the oblivion. I hate it when you talk like that.
Guys, I'm having an interview with Pepper Coyote. He has songs about describing members, masculine thingies from horses. And if you are not into horses, you might hate me too, right? So I hate it when you talk like that.
Yes, the one thing we must agree on. Horses.
Well, I'm a fox. I cannot talk about that. Fox in the
I was gonna not bring that exact thing up because I'm like, you said 2009. You've been in the fandom as long as I have.
Oh, really?
Are we the same age, or did you just get into it very young?
How-
Because I was in college.
How old do you think I am?
I am so bad at guessing ages. You could be anywhere from 25 to 40.
Okay, but you've seen me without my fursuit. How old do you
I'd probably
think?
say closer to 25. Let me say 27.
27? Well, I'm 28.
Boom! I
Wow.
was never close. That's amazing.
Well, I don't know if you're aware with, for example, the social-political context of the Argentinian education system.
Now we're having a conversation.
We are,
Argentinian
dude.
education system.
Something that shook me a lot to know was the world student debt. Because we don't have that in Argentina. Why? Because university is for free.
Yes. As
So-
I've been told in Brazil is the same.
Our tax money doesn't go on proxy wars, it goes on education. Sorry.
Hey, it's an American tradition.
Hey!
We have not fought in a war since the Civil War. I'm sorry, World War II. World War II was the last time we technically were at war.
Oh, really? I want to in 2006.
That was not a war. That was simply a military action.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
We've had a series of military actions,
Uh-huh.
and sometimes we like to help out our friends with their own military action.
I thought it was because of the oil.
Well, that's how they determine who our friends are. If you have oil, we really want to be your friends.
Oh, well, Argentina.
And we're coming over now.
Well, Argentina doesn't have any oil resources.
That's why we gotta fight with Venezuela.
Most of my friends in Argentina are Venezuelan. Most of my Venezuelan friends arrived in Argentina having basically nothing. For example, one of my friends who arrived was living in my house for a month until they bought some, stuff. Because it's kind of a solidarity kind of, I mean,
We gotta help each other. It all
whenever-
comes back to my messages together. When I moved to Arizona, I had a similar situation, and I just happened to have like not even a relative, but like a friend of a relative who's like, oh yes, you can stay with us for a little bit. And I was there for like 2 weeks, put in my job applications, and
Okay.
started working at Applebee's.
Good, and now you have a pool.
And actually, we happened to say, if you want to talk about songs to pay for my pool.
Right? If you want to help Pepper pay for his pool and maintenance and his Roomba that talks his boyfriend's
My boyfriend's pause, yes.
Yeah, well, boyfriend or husband?
I say husband at this point because we have been together for 12 years, but we are not legally married.
Okay, well, you can call him like the hard husband.
Yeah, I just feel like, oh, it's mi esposo.
Oh, why? It's so cute.
People get it like immediately. Because it's otherwise being like, hi, he's my. Because boyfriend sounds like my boyfriend. Like we're in high school. We have a mortgage together. He's a husband.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so our names are on a lease. Not a lease, a title. But
Okay.
yeah, we got extremely lucky in that right when COVID was happening and in America, our housing, I'm sure Argentina the same way, our housing prices kind of go up and down and up. And if you're very lucky, you'll catch it on the down. And we did.
Oh, well, that's a good thing.
We were
It-
signing contracts right as COVID was shutting things down. So
That's-
that also, they're like, okay, we don't care. Sure, we'll close, whatever. Like,
Well, Argentina has a similar phenomenon, like prices of properties skyrocket, but at the same time, when they go down, the majority of the country is broke. So it's impossible to buy either in the good way or in the bad way. Because when the country is doing well, not everyone has money. When it's going down, even less. But hey, we make do.
funny, weird American thing to talk about having money to buy it. This is not meant to be embarrassing or calling them out, but when my husband applied for all of the loans, they were going to say, oh yes, you are approved for a loan of up to $750,000 American dollars. $750,000, and at the time he had no job.
What?
They will just give you loans in the U.S. because they want you to not be able to afford your house, so you can go bankrupt and they can take all your money.
Oh, well, that's a very sneaky move.
Because they get your money and then they get the house back and they sell it again to the next.
Well, that's actually basic stock 101.
Hey, this is business.
It's business. Well, going back to your album, I really like the idea of I hate it when you talk like that because it hit home when I heard the lyrics and it's a bit of a sensitive topic.
There is a reason that I wrote that song, even
Yeah.
just since it was released. There have been, 2 or 3 incidences of that just in America. It used to be things that I would hear about happening to someone else somewhere in the world and, oh, it's such a tragedy. And then it started happening to friends of friends of friends, then friends of friends, then friends.
And then it hit
It gets
home,
closer and closer.
Because even if it looks like really distant on TV, like you saw someone live and then it happens to someone closer to you, then it does hit home. So it's like, wow, this is actually something.
People are feeling increasingly desperate and hopeless. And if you listen to me talk about the politics and all these world events, you'd think that I'm always very pessimistic, like, oh, the world is going to hell and we're all screwed. I'm very optimistic. And I think that there is a lot to live for right now. And if you just hold on another 10 to 20 years, which I know it's like, oh, no, only 10 years, I think we're going to see changes.
Yeah.
Stay alive to see what happens. I want to see the end. What's going to happen?
I remember that like 2 years ago, I made a video. It's called The Light at the End of the Tunnel. And I made that video when my ex left me. We kind of editing out. I still consider him the love of my life. Kind of a friend. The one friend that I housed for like 2 months found me. So that's why, going back to the part that we were talking about being friendly.
Connections.
Exactly, you make connections. If you, like Uncle Kev said yesterday, if you're not looking after our neighbors, who is going to be looking after us in the future?
That's the most communist thing he said on stage, and I was like, Captain. Like, honestly, people will talk about, like, what do we do? How do we solve? And I'm like, right now, read, make connections, save money.
Yeah, and treat the rest as you would like to be treated. I mean, I was telling out like this. If you see someone good, be glad and take forward. Because then you can be the person who sometimes in the future or someday in the future will receive something good. And the idea is that when you receive that, you mustn't keep it, you just pay it forward. Because that's how like an utopia works. I mean, yeah.
So both from a nice feelings perspective that it is a nice thing to do, but also from a practical perspective, you will need help one day.
Exactly. I mean,
so help others.
You never. I mean, the world is not a zero-sum game, all right? So you need to know that in the future, if someone is doing well, you can actually benefit from what they do.
Oh, life, I think, is so far from a zero-sum game. It's unbelievable, even with current level technology. Like we talk about, the Star Trek future where there is so much abundance that no one starves. We today make more food than all of, like, if you just take mathematically the number of people, the number of calories they need, the amount of food we make, we can feed everyone in the world twice.
Right, and there are people
more than enough.
And there are people starving.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's a political issue we're not gonna talk today. We're gonna talk about music.
Yes.
And speaking of music, what was the worst concert experience you had in your life?
So, I am in Indiana, Pennsylvania. I love that I had an answer for this, actually. I immediately know what I'm going to say. So, actually, do you need it to be... I'll do two. Because one is a concert and one is technically a concert. I was doing music, but it's not really a concert. First one, I'm doing a show in a smoky bar in my college town of Indiana, Pennsylvania. It was the only bar in town that allowed smoking still, because the rules in Pennsylvania are that if food can be no more than 10% of your total money, or you can't smoke. Like if you sell food, it's like, no smoking is allowed. But if you're like, no, we only sell alcohol mostly, like 90% is alcohol sales, then you can still have smoking.
Yeah, it's the same, like in the whole country.
So it makes sense. This place still allowed smoking. The roof is about, I'm almost 2 meters tall, but it was about 2 meters of roof. So my head was nearly touching. So it's just smoke, dark, low ceilings, murmur. And of course, there are drunks there. And we're there, we're playing. I've done maybe half a year of shows at this point. I'm kind of inexperienced. And I have drunk hecklers. Not even hecklers, it's drunk people who are like, let me come get on stage and sing.
Yeah.
And I don't know better yet, so I'm like, all right, what songs do you know? And it was an effing disaster. Drunk people it's never a good idea to try that unless you know the person and know that they can freaking handle themselves. Like, can they actually sing? Because not about singing well, it's just, you keep the thing moving and not have it just become like drunk guy on a microphone going, wait. Can hold up, just like half an hour, and you don't want to like take the mic and So essentially, I let my show get hijacked by like 3 drunk people who were only entertaining each other, and now the rest of the bar is mad at you because you're like, why'd you let this guy on the microphone?
Yeah, oh my god.
And eventually, you get the mic back, you keep going, but that was probably my worst actual show. The second worst being, I worked in Hershey Park as an a cappella singer. There were 5 of us. We're doing like a barbershop thing. I was the bass, of course. Go around the park, do 5 shows a day that were 30 or 40 minutes long, take a little break, come back out, repeat. It's very hot. It's in the summer. You're in, luckily our costumes had shorts and it was pretty breezy, but still, you're jumping around. You can't just sit there and sing. You have to be jumping around, and dancing and talking to people. Hey, high five, kids, blah, 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 blah. The kids, though, we realized a lot of them would be summer camp groups.
Oh, boy.
And these kids this has to be their first time away from their parents, because they suddenly are the most ballsy, gutsy. People are just screaming like, someone's like, F you suck, F slur.
Oh, they were not saying F you, they were saying that F-U-C-K thingy, right? Right, okay, go on.
I've been called, they're screaming very rude word for gay person.
Oh, no,
like,
no.
They're just yelling, F, and you can't run over and like smack the.
I mean,
keep going.
I think, according to what I read, you're from Irish origin, right?
We don't really know. Our family lived in America since like the 1600s something. Our uncle sort of traced us back to like Pilgrims landing on the Mayflower, maybe.
Knowing how crazy you are, I am sure that one of your relatives, like half relatives, was one throwing a box of tea in Boston. I know that for a fact.
It wouldn't shock me. Like, lucky enough, I've been able to travel and I've gotten to go to Ireland. People just assume Irish because of the red hair. And when I'm in Ireland, no one assumes you're a foreigner.
Oh.
Actually, I was looking around. I was with my mom, and I was trying to find like in a crowd, like, oh, kind of slenderish, slightly tall woman with long brown hair. That's everyone. Everyone looks like my mom in Ireland.
Wow.
So I'm like, maybe we are from here, but in England, the same thing. I'm like, okay, we're from some blend of some of these people.
Same happened when we go to Italy. So yeah, we shout, we move our hands, we talk with our hands in Argentina.
And luckily you speak Italian, so if they just start speaking Italian at you, you are fine.
Certo, io posso parlare, non so se tu puoi capire quello che io dico, però...
The only Italian I know are in old art songs.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
non posso disperare, un troppo caro, troppo caro mio bene.
Oh my God! Re Pagliaccio!
I don't know the words, but I know the tune.
Dude, I love you!
We have, if you go to music school in America, they give you a book, 25 Italian art songs and arias. And they're all from like the 1600s.
Oh boy.
And Caro mio ben, and another 23 of them are in there. And honestly, I had never been exposed to that music until I got to college, where suddenly I became like a classical musician for a little bit. So if you ever, like, a lot of people will say, oh, Pepper, your music sounds like music theater-y. I'm like, I'm like a rock child who then got into music theater and then classical. So I kind of have all of that mixing around in my music.
I mean, we have an example of that there.
I was asked to write, me and Fox Amoore were asked to write basically a musical like a stage musical for BLFC. And I told them, like, guys, unless we're going to do like a month of rehearsals and costumes and sets beforehand, we cannot do a full stage musical at the convention, but we can write you a soundtrack. You guys can write a script. And we can kind of get something going. So we had like a stage reading, but still very nice. BLFC Musical now available on Spotify.
I mean, it's been around since 2018, so if you haven't checked it out, shame on you guys. And that album is responsible for one of the best songs and a line that Pepper gets said a lot, which is, "Hey buddy, how are you feeling?"
The line, "Hey buddy, how are you feeling?" when you are is the line I would hear over and over when it is the morning after a night of partying, and I'm clearly like having a hard time.
Yeah, down.
I've gotten skillful enough at my drinking that I drink enough water, I eat enough salt. I very rarely get a true hangover anymore. But yeah, there was a good 4 years in a row where every Sunday morning at conventions, hey, because it's like mocking, right? It's like, hey buddy, you're drunk. You just want to choke them, but you're too tired to go away from me.
Yeah. Well, I didn't lose my pulse, as in the song was saying, but I lost my keys to the room. Yay!
Listen to that song. It's someone gets drunk, and then it's them trying to find all of their first aid parts. And each verse is like, oh, well, this is what happened to your hands, this is what happened to your tail, this is what happened to your head.
So, speaking of BLFC and your albums, is Foxes and Peppers coming back?
Foxes and Peppers, like, there's no concrete plans, but like, we're not fighting. We're not enemies. We do not hate each other.
They are not enemies, guys. They just live far away.
We have not had a breakup. Yes, we just live really far away. Really, it's that Fox is in Scotland. And for that, like, almost 10-year period where we were doing many concerts, he was just in the U.S. constantly because he would string together this con to this con, so we only have to buy one flight to come over and then do like 6 conventions in a row and then go back. And he made money at the conventions, which could pay for the next convention. COVID happened, lockdown, and that kind of broke his chain of cons. And he also kind of ran out of money because he was no longer going to convention. No much work. So he is at home working, saving money, and there will be a return.
Pepper, last question of the day. I would like you to talk to the audience about what it means to be a furry artist and what words you have for like artists that are emerging in our community.
Do you mean specifically music or just our creatives in general?
In general.
My biggest piece of advice, if you are an aspiring creator, like an unestablished person who's trying to get things going, this is not meant to sound discouraging. Keep multiple jobs. If you currently have a job and you're like, I want to start making fursuits, I want to start doing music, blah, blah, and like make that my career, you need to proportionally gauge how much of just normal work for money you do, whether it be freaking Burger King, I worked at Burger King, Applebee's, Walmart, GameStop. I was a receptionist for a bathroom company once. Like, you need to have a stable base of just supporting yourself so you can do art at all. And then as you make more money doing creative things that are probably more fun, you can then, take fewer hours, or maybe instead of your 2 jobs, if you're American like me, you go down to only 1 job, plus your second job that is creating.
Yeah.
It is the advice that I'll hear a lot is like, put your whole heart into it, and I'm gonna quit my job and move to Bobana. It's like, be careful.
Yeah.
Plan. Take it one step at a time. That's what I've been doing my whole life. I've gone from like 8 jobs to 7 to 6 to 5 to 4, and now I'm down to only like 4, but they're all music. I finally am doing only music, and that started at age 30.
Wow. It's really important, man.
Be steady. Plan.
Yeah, because there's something that I've seen like since a furry who's been in the fandom for quite a while, that nowadays there's a tendency that people want everything like just now, like up the right. Like, no, you need to work for it. You cannot go from a zip to a tree, right?
That's a nice line.
Yeah, like you cannot run if you don't know how to walk, right? So
That's like an American idiom too.
As a teacher myself, I mean, I do teaching and YouTube.
Yeah, what subject do you teach? I want to be personal.
No, yes, of course. I teach English literature, and I also teach Cambridge exam preparation because I work for a Cambridge school.
Like I just said, I have a music education degree, so I've worked in. I was a public school teacher for 5 years.
Wow.
That was one of those jobs that I eventually went to.
Well,
actually, that also happened with COVID. All these very serious answers, but during COVID, at least in my home state of Arizona, they were threatening that if teachers would not come back to work because they didn't want to get COVID, if you wouldn't go back to work, they're like, we're going to take your certificate.
What? But you're taking care of your life.
Yeah, but we'll make it not only fire you, but make it so you cannot teach anymore. And I'm like, if I hadn't already retired at that point, I would have retired then. It's like, just from the threat, like, oh, you think you can play these games? Goodbye.
Wow. Yeah,
You just threaten my job and get away with it.
Oh, well, now I have to ask a spare question, if you allow me.
Sure.
How was a lesson by Mr. Coyote?
I was an elementary school teacher, and I still mostly teach people who are under 16. Like I was kindergarten through 8th grade, because I'm the music teacher. Everyone comes to me.
Wow.
So about 1,000 students total per week come through my room. And if they're my favorite thing is to direct choir. So these like 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, I actually have choirs. And I get to be, that's my favorite thing to do is rehearse.
Wow.
And over time, I learned to love doing general music. Hello, little kids. We're gonna give you a maraca and 1, 2. We'll do a little song. All right, everyone. This is called a tuba. Here's a video from the butt. Like, you just try to make it both interesting and actually learn something. I'm very big on trying to teach actual music literacy. Like, not that everyone needs to be a master music reader and be busting out piano with 2 hands, but like quarter notes. Like 1, 3. I want, when the notes go up on the paper, you sing higher. When the notes go down. It seems obvious once you know how to read music, but I've had people in like church choirs who are like 50 years old, and they go, oh my goodness, when the notes go up, I sing higher.
Oh boy, but you're in a choir.
Because they just stare at the words the whole time. People just ignore the notes. It's like, it's not that difficult. Like, you can pull information from notes even without being fully music literate. Yeah. I am not fully Portuguese literate, but I can still look and try and go, okay, that word looks like,
yeah,
make better guesses.
Yeah, Spanish, they look the same. I cannot understand it. Don't judge me, but nah.
When I see Portuguese, it looks very like Spanish. It looks a lot like Spanish, because a lot of the words are the same, but then they're pronounced differently. So I just walk up to people and start speaking Spanish, and they are,
what?
And the Portuguese people, the people speaking Portuguese here, they're like, oh, they're such different languages. I have a friend who speaks fluent, of course, Portuguese, they grew up fluent English, and they're like, I'm trying to learn Spanish, but it's so hard. And I'm like, what?
Oh
You
boy.
got English and you think Spanish is hard? As a Portuguese speaker? I was trying to learn Chinese for a tiny bit. But when they talk about like how far apart languages are, like Portuguese and Spanish are relatively close. English not too far away. German not too far. Chinese is like other galaxy. The whole form of how even words are formed is a completely different concept, and
Grammar.
it's fascinating. Just the idea of it's a series of syllables. You don't take a bunch of letters and put them together, and then what sounds does pepper? No, there's just a symbol, and you just have to know.
Yeah, that's it. Pepper, thank you so much for coming to this interview. I really appreciate you making time in your schedule to like come to my room and record this.
It's been a wonderful conversation.
You're one of the people I admire the most in this channel. Like after Majora Strawberry, who inspired me to become like what I am today.
Majiro, wherever you are.
Can I have a hug?
Absolutely.
Yay! Thank you so much. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today's video. And if you like the content, you can just comment what you like the most, like the video, and share it with your friends. Because this dude here marked a generation of furries. So thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and please go check Pepper Coyote in his socials, because it's at Pepper Coyote on X, also on Spotify and YouTube Music too. Pepper Coyote.
I'm lucky that Google, the algorithm, knows who I am, so if you just type in Pepper Coyote, most of my stuff will pop up.
Exactly. So thank you guys so much, and see you all in the next one. Yeah. And you can say like bark or something.
Wolf. Yeah. Yep. That's what Coyote said. Zyly
I am.
is sitting on a trash can.
It's Zyly, you more.